So we have emergency bags made. We have 2 trekking packs that have spare clothes in them. We have extra food. We have a bunch of stuff like that. We've lived through the 2010 earthquake here in Chile, which is one of the biggest earthquakes they've ever had. And we learned real quick that you need to have your stuff ready to go when it's time to go. So that's what we did. We had it ready. Seeing the clouds, as you'll see in the videos once again and all that stuff, you can see that it wasn't like an immediate danger, like we had to leave right that second or we were gonna die. So I did take some video and some photos and kind of hung around a little bit to get that kind of stuff within reason. But we called up some friends who are also from the States who live in a town called Fresia, and we moved over here for a couple of days at least to see what's going on. They have a mandatory evacuation of at least 10 kilometers from the crater, and I understood it was 20, but now they're allowing people to move back into their houses over where we're at a little bit. We're going to hang out here for at least another day and see what's going on, because they're afraid that it might erupt yet once again. It did erupt at 6 p.m. We didn't feel anything. We had no clue it was erupting. When we first saw it, it was already 10 kilometers in the sky, which is really weird. They've been monitoring the volcano and all that, and they had no indication. It caught everybody completely by surprise. And then last night at like 1 a.m. it made a very violent second eruption. Evidently the lava and stuff hasn't erupted out of it like they have expected, so they're a little bit afraid that it might go off yet once again, and so they're really watching it. Ensenada is really heavily hit. There is around 18 to 20 inches maybe of gravel and ash that have fallen out of the sky from the actual explosion, the pyroclastic explosion. There is also some photos online that show all the electrostatic activity in the air at night. You could see it a little bit yesterday, but at night you really got to see it. You'll have to look those up online. Look up Volcano Calbuco, C-A-L-B-U-C-O, and if you want to look up night photography, Volcano Calbuco, and you'll find them. 2015, of course. That volcano has gone off a number of times. It's very well known to go off. It went off in the 1800s, it went off in the early 1900s, and then it went off in the 1960s, and now it's gone off, just yesterday. So from here on, I'll leave you with some of the video and photography that I took yesterday on the way out. It's been slightly crazy, but not too bad. People went rushing to gas stations thinking they were going to run out of gas, but there's no real danger with that, no big deal with that. We're just kind of sitting it out. The ash now that's coming out of the volcano is still flowing out, but it's relatively minimal. So we'll just see what happens with that. Biggest concern now will be helping my friends get their houses back together, helping everybody get back settled in or figured out if they can move back in, and then of course seeing if this volcano stops anytime soon. Unfortunately, sometimes they continue for a very long time, and we're hoping that won't happen. We'll just have to see, and then we'll play it from there, and I just hope that natural disasters quit following me around, so that would be nice. But until then, it makes for good photography, and it's interesting life experiences, that's for sure. Me and my wife were never terrified. We were never that scared, really. We feel kind of bad because everybody's talking about how scared they were and stuff, and we weren't really that scared. I don't know why. I think we're just kind of strange that way, but it is a beautiful thing. I mean, it was gorgeous to see, but that does not take away from the importance of how dangerous it can be, so we're still trying to respect those limits and things like that too. I'll let everybody know what's going on as we get back. I'll take some video when we get back home, but from what I hear, there's not much ash at my house. The wind has been blowing it over toward the Argentinian border, and I live on the other side of the volcano, on the west side, not the east side. So once again, just as stuff comes up, I'll let you know. This is the volcano going off behind my house, just as everybody had been wondering about. So we're leaving to go to a friend's house that's not too far away, and we'll be keeping up with what's going on through the news and all that kind of stuff. So good times. Look at all that ash cloud going, it's crazy. So I gotta run so that I don't get all this ash in my motor. Bye. This is some pretty impressive photography and stuff here, I gotta say. Too bad I'm not hanging around to see it. That is just too cool. As long as it doesn't wipe away my house, that would be cool. Look at that. This is just super cool.